Okay, cool. So I think we are live. Let me adjust this real quick so I can. Okay, cool. We are live. What up, YouTube? I normally do these on my Instagram, but Instagram Live is being funky, so we're doing it on YouTube. Oh, actually, if I tilt this down, I can actually see who is on. We have one person on. That's cool. That's dope. Okay, I don't expect many people to get on. It is Thursday afternoon after all. Let's turn this down a little bit. Cool. Okay, whatever. Let's do it. Okay, so intuitive messages. Hello, how are you, Bojana B? Cool. Bojana B says, hello, how are you? I'm good. It's a Thursday afternoon. I just got done filming some sketches with some buddies of mine, so that was a fun little way to spend the afternoon. Let's see. Let's get some intuitive messages. I feel like rolling the Astro dice here for some information. So for anyone who's a Sagittarius or who currently has Pluto going through the third house, I want to pull a card for you right now. These are random messages, guys. There's not going to be timestamps, so this is just if you want to sit with it, or if you're joining on live and you kind of click on this video right when you're hearing a message, that message is probably meant for you. Let's see. So this message, we have judgment. You're coming into an impeccable transformational judgment right now. Especially if those of you who just clicked on this live, there's a feeling that you're currently coming through a upgrade in your judgment. It's like right now you're making better decisions, and that's something that's really cool going on in your life. And Bojana B says, cool shirt, thanks. It's I can't remember where I got it from. I think I got it on Etsy actually, which is interesting. Shout out to my own Etsy page. You can purchase a personal reading there if you want to. Yeah, so judgment, you're making impeccable judgment right now. There's a white deer over here with a flame above their crown chakra. You're being guided through your own sense of innocence. So things to you that feel pure, things that to you feel like, how do I put it? Like grounded in your sense of like your childlike curiosity or your childlike sense of what you felt was like a sense of your own purity, that's going to be guiding you to better judgment at this time. Let's see. Cool. Okay, so let's just roll a zodiac sign for coming up here. We have Cancer. So if there's any Cancers watching, we have a message for you right now. We have Three of Swords. Are any Cancers going through a heartbreak or any kind of heart trauma, anything like that? If it's physical health, it could feel like your heart is working extra hard. There might be a feeling of being out of breath or feeling like, there could be a feeling of like working through heartbreak through cardio, something like that, or having to work extra hard at this time. I am feeling like you guys are going to get a burst of energy soon, something like that. Like there's something about some kind of heartbreak giving a burst of energy soon or something like that. Like your angels and guides are being like, okay, so what? Your heart's broken? Like, what are we going to do about it? Like, what are we going to, like, how are we going to push you through this is kind of what I'm seeing. Like, how are we going to motivate you through this? And I really do feel like this is definitely like a glow up in your energy levels. So it's not necessarily like getting back out there. Like, it's not the kind of vibe of like, oh, I got my heart broken, so I need to like get a new relationship to recover. It's like, oh, I got my heart broken. So it's like, I need to get this kind of new sense of refound energy. It's like, I need to discover a new sense of like passion for life, or I need to discover this new sense of electricity that's running through me. I feel like you guys are actually more motivated to and more inspired to get things done right now than you were before, which is funny. You normally think of the Three of Swords as more like a depression energy, but in this deck in particular, there's electricity surrounding it. Carrie Ann Medina says hello. Hello, Carrie Ann Medina. How are you? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be on today, guys. We'll just see how this goes. And yeah, feeling like pulling some character cards for you, Carrie Ann Medina. So let's see. Specifically, this message is for you, Carrie Ann Medina. So hopefully you want a specific message. We have writer, weaver of tales, storytelling, crafting. Carrie Ann Medina says, do you see N and I reconciling anytime soon? Oh, that's interesting you asked this question. First of all, I'm curious if N is a writer. Or there is some kind of writing involved. There could be a reconciliation through a letter, right? This is also a side message for you too. If you have any creative ideas or storytelling ideas, to write them down Also, automatic writing could give you messages about this person. Like, for example, if you are writing automatically about this person, there could be messages that you could get about this person through writing stuff down. Also, journaling could help you see clearly what's going on between you and this person. But the main thing that I'm seeing, oh, she said no. So this person's not a writer, is what I'm assuming is what you mean. But yeah, there's a feeling here that I think that like written words could be beneficial. So writing something down to reconcile this connection, or there could be a letter or a text message that's coming through as far as a reconciliation. So maybe not an in-person reconciliation, but maybe something through something written. We have young on the bottom of the deck. So there is kind of like an immaturity as far as like, how do I put it? Like processing emotions in this connection. Like maybe one of you doesn't have that much experience in relationships. Let's see. And we have June, which is interesting. So I got the month of June for when talking about reconciling anytime soon as far as my timing cards, and we're in the month of June. So yeah, that could be something like soon maybe, because we're in the month of June. So it doesn't feel like something that's, I mean, how long, I wonder how long it's been since there's been this kind of distance. But June popped up, so I don't know, take what resonates, honestly. I Speak My Truth says hi. Hi, I speak my truth. I feel like pulling a card for a zodiac sign. Oh, Carrie Ann says it's been a month. I Speak My Truth says, how are you? I'm good. Let's see. So we have Pisces. Cool, cool. I feel like pulling a 7 chakras card for Pisces today. Let's get an oracle card for Pisces to see something about Pisces right now. So let's see. If you have Pisces placements, close encounters. Pisces, I see you're getting really close to manifesting a soulmate. Hold on, I just noticed tea leaf cards. I need to pull a second message for Pisces. Sorry, I'm really being called. There's something about a second message or something. It's either interfering or drawing. It's like a magnetism repulsion thing it's both getting in the way and it's getting in the way. Okay, yeah. So, okay, Pisces. So first of all, you have close encounters. Pisces right now, you are manifesting your specific person. You're getting really close to that is what I'm seeing. But we have target. It says a goal-oriented person. There is someone in your way that is very focused on goals. This could be even you, that you have certain goals in mind. And it's actually like sometimes your goals, like specifically with the person you're trying to manifest, bring you closer to them. Like you feel like, yeah, like this is good for me. Like the fact that I have like this target that I'm going towards, like as far as what I want in a relationship, like is bringing me closer. But sometimes it feels like it's bringing me further away. Like sometimes I feel like I'm getting closer to my ideal of what I want in a relationship. And then at other times I feel like I'm pulling away from it, or like maybe I should be more accepting or more adaptable. It feels like because of this, you're meeting people who are very close to what you want, but then there's something that's just not right about them. And you're going in this back and forth direction as far as like, do I accept perfection or do I accept something that's not quite perfect and stuff like that? This is falling back into like that Virgo territory. And with this Pisces placement, it really depends on if you're a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, right? Because it can, like, for example, if you're a Pisces rising, like that would make Virgo your descendant, which means that like it's up to the other person to be the perfectionistic one. So it's really more about like how they are perceiving you in that perfectionistic category. If you're a Pisces moon or sun, it's about like for Pisces moon, it's about like, how do I put it? Like with the sun being, how do I put this? So like, if you're a Pisces moon, it's about reflection. So it's about like reflecting on the idea of like the concept of perfection. If you're a Pisces sun, I would say you want to achieve that goal of perfection. I would say you want to be that goal is important to get to that person that fulfills all those boxes, right? But anyway, point being is you guys are like, the main energy that I'm seeing is you're battling between these goals of like reconciling this whole aspect of like, do I want this perfect goal that I've envisioned for myself as far as like this perfect partner? Or on the flip side, do I want to like, have this person who's not exactly this goal that I wanted? Let's see what some people have said. The laziest bee says, hi dear, how does this work? So basically on these lives, like I know I haven't done one on YouTube, like ever really. Like I've done like one a long time ago, but basically, like I do these on Instagram normally, but I had to do it on YouTube today because Instagram's being a little funky. But basically, like you can ask questions. It's not like you can just pretty much ask questions. That's and then I also read random like information. Sometimes I get intuitive hits, like, oh, someone who has red hair gets a message, or someone who like their car's having trouble right now gets a message, something like that. Let's see, Bojana has B says, haha, I have the same question. Will Matcha and I reconcile? Ooh, a lot of reconciliations. So let's put this card away. I feel like Pisces, you get the gist of this. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like you understand what I'm talking about. I feel like you know. And Pisces, this is kind of like something that's going to go on for a while is what I feel like. So don't feel discouraged if this goes on for a little bit longer. It's part of a process of evolution. It's not just about a relationship. It's not just about this goal of getting a relationship. It's about character building as well. It's a process you're going through. I wouldn't be surprised if this is some longer transit in your chart that you're dealing with, you know. I'm getting Mercury. Let me pull a planet to see. Yeah, Mercury came up. That's so funny. Yeah, Mercury rolled out. So I feel like this is something with like Mercury, like being aspected or something like that with some kind of bigger planet transiting. Okay, let's see. Speak My Truth says, what do I need to know about the relationship with my ex, Pisces? Maybe that message, I Speak My Truth, was about what your ex is going through when it comes to that situation. Oh man, we're gonna have, okay, because it's YouTube and I have more subscribers on YouTube, I'm already getting like way more messages than I do on Instagram. So I don't know if I'll be able to get to everyone's questions, but I will try to. And I don't know if I can slow down the feed. So sorry if I miss you guys. I'll try to answer as many as I can. King Vegeta says, how can I manifest ending the issues that are going on in LA? That is a good question. Let's pull a collective message for how we can all collectively end the issues going on in LA. Because I feel like I'm a little disturbed by the conflict going on there as well. So let's see. So how can we manifest ending the issues going on in LA? I'm normally not the most political person, but there are some things. Let's see. Let's see here. Nine of Pentacles. There's energy. There's full-on energy, and I feel like what's going on right now, the laziest bee, thank you for, I think this is like a super chat or something. I'm gonna like this or heart it or something. Let's do that. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm seeing here with the Nine of Pentacles, we all have like one eye open, which is just giving me the vibe that like there's more to meets the eye to this situation that's gonna be uncovered later, right? Four of Pentacles indicates that there is truth being hidden. Especially this is truth that is well hidden, is the base, like, also we have the Three of Swords with the mask. There's people not sharing something. When it comes to what's going on in LA, I would not believe everything that's in the media, for sure. Let me pull one more card, because we're talking about how to manifest. And also with the crystals here, I would manifest with crystal energy at this time. Crystals are really powerful at this time to work with the manifestations. I'm also seeing the moon in the back of this card. So in order to see with both eyes open, I would work with movement, with that electric energy right there, movement and like motion, and also moon energy. So like motion under the moon. So this could be like working out at night and then like meditating at night, or listening to podcasts about information at night. Specifically under the full moon, stuff like that. And then kind of like getting intuitive downloads or listening to podcasts outside in the fresh air at night, and letting the fresh air and nature kind of inform how you're receiving the information and processing things. Yeah, electricity kind of sometimes I associate with wind as well. We do have major pentacle energy here and sword energy, which talks about enduring intellectual ideas. So this means whatever this way you're manifesting information, it can create massive enduring change on an intellectual level for people and how they're understanding things through how you can manifest these changes. I also see that at this time, collectively, we can manifest enduring, lasting change, because we do have that 4 stability energy here. So manifesting this change can bring enduring structure as well. But I do see, as far as what's going on behind the scenes, there is a feeling of, like, there is masks, there is stuff like that. There is this feeling of like some like kind of hidden information, but we'll be able to see this, you know, through getting into motion, through like movement at night with the moon energy. So that's what I got for that. Okay, let's see. What are we? Okay, so Laziest Bee says, oh, could I ask if Alex noticed me and liked me? Thank you, dear. Okay, let's see if Alex noticed and liked Lazy B. Okay, this one's kind of looking through. Oh my God. I'm getting this image of like, look at this guy. Like this guy's like touching this girl's hair, right? And like flames are coming out. If Alex noticed you, there's something about your hair that he noticed. Like he really wanted to touch your hair. Lazy B is kind of what I'm seeing. Or he wanted to give you a scalp massage, something like that. Like, I don't know if this was just a casual encounter or whatever, but he wants to like, there's either something with a massage or he wanted to like rub your hair or something like that. And he feels like he's really good with like his hands or something like that. This is coming through very physically because it's a wand's energy. It's like passionate, it's touch, it's tangible. It's coming through like it's coming through very physically. He also feels like he can alter the way you think through physical touch. Like, and I feel like he'd be into it. It's kind of, there's lots of eyes here too, so I think he was drawn to you physically in some way, shape, or form. He might feel like the unusual one in this kind of connection. And I'm also noticing these like really pretty flowers. I feel like you guys were in a really idyllic location, maybe. That's kind of what it feels like. Like you guys were in a place that was like really pretty or really kind of nice when you saw him or something like that. Like I'd be surprised if he noticed you and there was like a dumpster nearby or anything like that. Like, let's see. So Laziest Bee says, well, I'm attractive, but we are in a professional setup. Oh, interesting. I wonder if it was like a really like interesting. King Vega says, what did the girl that approached me at the park think about me yesterday? Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So, man, you guys have really nice love lives. Like, my love life is dried up. I like live in a desert with my love life. Okay, so let's see. What did the girl that approached me at the park think about me yesterday? King Veta. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. So first of all, she thought you were really intriguing. She thought you were a breath of fresh air. More so, like she was kind of like coming to take a drink. Like she was kind of like, oh, this guy looks like. It's like someone who's like really thirsty. It's funny, I got that desert analogy just a second ago. It's like someone who's like really thirsty and they're like, oh, I need a drink of water. And like, so she approached you for like some social contact is kind of what it seems like. Like almost like, I needed to talk to someone because like my social meter's running low and I need that like drink of water. So that's kind of like her as this bird, like refilling herself. And then she quickly realized like you're kind of a bountiful kind of cup of energy. And you kind of have that kind of vibe of like, oh, like like this person's just overflowing. It's like, oh, this person's just overflowing. Like they have this kind of like really nice kind of overflowing energy. But she's also like, she in this card, she's represented as the turtle and you're represented as this girl like pulling the turtle along. And she does feel like you have a little more energy than her. And with the Four of Swords reversed, she has this thought that like, she's wondering if like, your energy, like how do I put it? Like if you rest enough for her, like are you too active for her? Or do you kind of move too quickly for her or something like that? There's a feeling like she feels like she's a little more slower paced than you in general. Like even though she's like social, she feels like, oh, maybe you're too active for her. Or like she feels like she wouldn't be able to keep up, something like that. The Laziest Bee sent another, I think this is like a super chat or something. So I'm gonna like that. Thank you again. So she feels in general like there's this feeling of just like it's like she doesn't know if she can keep up, something like that. But she does appreciate the fact that like you fulfilled her like social thing and drink of water and stuff like that. Ace of Cups is also like self-love. So like she could have felt like low in her self-esteem and like maybe you boosted her self-esteem in some way. Like if you gave her a compliment or something like that, like she felt uplifted afterwards. It's a very feeling of like upliftment. With the Ace of Cups, there's this dove that's like flying into the cup, indicating peace and harmony. She enjoyed the conversation fully. It's just her thoughts that she's thinking about is like, does he rest or does he have periods of downtime? Or are there periods where he would slow down for me? Would he like move at a slower pace for me? Stuff like that. Let's see what else. It says, hi, Cody. Could you please tell me if my music project will... Oh, good. A career question. How fun. Okay. Oh, let me read what the laziest bee said. Did Alex like the cute, friendly message I sent him on group chat? King Vegas said, "Wow, that's kind of scary how accurate you are." I know. I have that kind of effect sometimes on people. The messages can get. Sometimes people are just like, "Oh, like resonated," and then other people are like, "What the hell?" Victoria says, "Hi." Okay, I'm gonna go back up to Id's question. Hi, Cody. Could you please tell me if my music project will pick up soon, please? Let's see. So. Will Id's music project pick up soon? Will Id's music project pick up soon? Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So it's not soon, Id. It's not soon. With the Ace of Wands, it feels like coming up soon. Like it might feel like right now you have inspiration, you're desiring it to come up soon. Like right now it feels like you have thoughts of like, when am I going to be inspired? Or when is there going to be some kind of motivation coming in? Or when is this going to get off the ground? Or because we have the Tower in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, it does feel like there's some kind of separation coming up soon that you're going to have to deal with, which is not related to the music career. It's like the universe is like, look, we have something coming in right now that you have to deal with first before this music project takes off. So for a little bit of time in the near future, there's something else you have to deal with, some kind of separation. Tower to me usually indicates sorry, I can't even say it, physicality, physical objects. And because I couldn't finish physicality, sometimes that means physics, like stuff that's like what goes up must come down, that kind of thing. So if there's something in your life that you've been feeling tension on, like for example, like maybe you've been introverted for a while and you just need to like go out and be social. That's an example of that. So for example, physics is like what comes up must go down. An object in motion stays in motion. If you've been holding back something where you're already going forward and you need to complete that motion, or like if you threw a ball up in the air and gravity needs to pull it back down, there's a feeling of needing to go with that flow. Before like the music project can like continue. But I do see what's interesting here is we have the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So I do see passion is coming in, specifically with a nice kind of energy of working with more groups of people. So I don't know if you're in a band or if you work with other people with music, but there feels like a lot of different types of energies working together. 3 different people could be significant, and also people who are very different from each other. So collaborations with people who are very different from each other, creating a really beautiful kind of synergistic heart-centered music pieces, right? So for example, stuff that really like speaks to the soul. Also with Eight of Wands here, I do see this really taking off. 8 is a card of success. I really do see this feeling of like a project completing and sending it off into the ethers. I do see like this is like wish upon a star energy. So it feels like after this project is completed, that's the best time to do your spell work, your manifesting. Once it's done, once the project's completed, I would say finish the musical project first. And then when you're sending it off, that's the time to like really get into being at peace, really reconnecting with nature. The air just turned off, so that's confirmation. Really connect with nature, connect with your relaxation. And yeah, I really feel like this is the time to send that out. Okay, what did you write? Yes, broke up 2 days ago with some dude. Yeah, true about the team of 3 people. Oh, cool. You said, yes, broke up 2 days ago with some dude. Yeah, so that's a split. That's the split that I'm thinking of. So there's something you need to deal with right now about that. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys, the things are going too fast, so I can't answer everyone's questions. I apologize. Colby Lang Morin says, hi, Cody. Anything positive for me on the near horizon? It's been a tough few months. Okay, let's see, Colby. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, Colby. Anything for Colby? Oh, Colby, I'm getting 1 card for you, and I'm being told just to pull 1 card. There's a few different things here, Colby, with the Page of Pentacles. First, you could be feeling more admiration for other people and what they do for you in your life. I really think this is either people who help you or support you in a practical way, or people that you look up to in a business kind of way. I also think, hold on, this feels like current energy, actually. Hold on. Or energy that's about to come forward. Yeah, I think this gives you strength. I think there's certain people you're going to idolize, Colby, coming up soon that are going to give you strength. It's like, wow, like you're so strong. And like, I really idolize that. And literally, just through idolizing someone else, it's giving you your own sense of strength. I do think you're idolizing people who have gone through a period where they've overcome some kind of addiction or struggle or something that they were attached to specifically. And I do think there's this feeling of like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. Like if they got through this trauma, I can get through this trauma. If they came out the other end, I can get out the other end. So there's this feeling of looking up to people that have been through what you've gone through. So if you've had a rough couple of months, soon you're going to be meeting people who've been through it. They've had those same similar experiences, and you see them as strong, independent, and enduring, and they've come out on top. And you're at the point, I almost, my throat's getting shaky and I'm feeling emotional. So I feel what you've gone through. I'm feeling what you've gone through, and it's giving me this feeling of like throwing up and purging. And I feel like there's this feeling of like, how do I put this? Like poison needing to be released from within you. And yeah, there's this feeling of like, how do I put this? Like strength coming from darkness, like the darkness you is experiencing, like solidifying into stone and that becoming your strength. But yeah, these people are giving you light, is what I'm saying. These people that you're looking up to are giving you light, and they're going to come in, I feel, relatively quickly. Let me pull a card for that to see when they're coming in. I think they're coming in quickly. It's a swords energy. It's also reversed. So it's saying that it's inevitable they're coming in. You're not going to be able to miss them. It's not going to be like, oh, like what if I can't find them? It's inevitable. It's in your karmic journey. It's in your destiny. They will just be coming in, point blank, period. It's inevitable. So yeah, look forward to that. Let's see. Siddhi Sharma says, hi, will my ex Ashwani come back? No contact situation. Let's see. Oh, Cole, sorry, I missed that. Sorry. Hold on. Colby Langmore says, wow, thank you, so relevant and accurate. Oh, good. Laziest Bee says, did Alex like the cute, friendly message I sent him on group chat? Okay, we'll do that one. So did Alex like the cute, friendly message I sent him on group chat? Did Alex like the cute, friendly message I sent him on group chat? Ace of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Wands, Star. Okay, so Alex, someone just liked this. So that's kind of confirmation. Sometimes when someone likes something, it's also confirmation. Alex didn't see it as friendly necessarily. He didn't see it as cute. It made him think. Like it's making him think a little bit. And it's making him like, he sees a little bit of himself in you. I'm trying to figure out what this means. There's a message about ghosting, but it's coming in foggy. Like, I don't know if someone ghosted someone or if there was ghosting involved, and I don't know who did it. It's a very foggy message about ghosting, and I'm almost getting a headache right here. But there's a feeling that, like, I have to think about something, or, like, is someone going to ghost me? But whatever this was, it made him think. And I know it was cute and friendly, but this is something that made him think, and it made him, like, how do I put this? Like, it made him, like, it's like a mirroring message is the best way to put it. Like, I feel like it was nourishing though. Like it was nourishing. It wasn't like separating or anything. Laziest Bee says it was semi-flirty but polite. Yeah, we have the wands here, so it could have been passionate, but he was like analyzing it. Like it was more analytical to him, like he was analyzing it. But yeah, it definitely wasn't like taken as a friendship message. So yeah, he was definitely analyzing it. Like, what is this? Like, and there's a feeling of like a ghosting, mirroring, kind of like, what does this mean? And like there's a ghosting and like a headache energy, and I don't know what that means. Mahad Ahmed says, please tell me, should I make a group with Ashan for the final year project will be successful? Okay. So Mahad wants to know if he should make a group project with A. I'm going to just say M and A because I'm having a hard time with their names. So should M make a project with A for the final project of the year, and will it be successful? I'm wondering if this project's going to take a long time. Like, is it a project that takes a long time to develop? Because we have the butterfly in the cocoon, and the caterpillar, and it's reminding me of different stages of the project. Like this project has to have a beginning, middle, and end, or the project has to have a period where it's isolated, or it has to have like a period of like what's it called, where it has to like germinate. I don't know what the word is. It looks like this is a good group. It looks like everyone has a lot of differences to contribute. We got the same card that the guy who's making the music with the music team got. We also have Page of Cups reverse, which means in the future, the far future of this group, you might be thinking about kind of like unexpected surprises in the future. So like your own perspective might be like, are there unexpected surprises in the future with this group? And you're thinking about the long-term goals, but it's almost feeling like it feels fine. It does feel like you might have to pull more weight towards the end of the project, but it does feel in general successful, or that it has that potential to be successful. It's very vague, Em. It's very vague. Because I keep getting reverse cards for the future, and what that kind of means is that it's like, there's a lot of like, it's almost like the project's end point is like a lot of thoughts about the project, not necessarily like what the project's actual outcome is. It's like a lot of ideas about the project. Like, I don't know if the project is something that like how you would value the end of the project is how you like think about the project versus what the project's actual outcome is. It's almost like your thoughts about the project are like you're surprised at what happened. It's like, wow, I'm actually really surprised at the outcome. Like your thoughts about the project are like, I'm surprised at like where I think this could go. Like this could really manifest into something long term. And I feel like you're also surprised at kind of like the bonds you made along the way. I think that's the feeling that you're getting, and it's very internal. It's not like externally the bonds are like very prevalent. It's like internally you're like thinking all these things. To you, they're positive surprises, because that's what the Page of Cups represents. It's like, oh, whoa, like this is so, it's like something that's different, unique or unusual, but it's usually something that's like serendipitous as well. It's a very spiritual kind of energy. Yeah, that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing. So it does feel positive, and it does feel like you build bonds and connections. Let's see. But it does feel like more like you have to pull your own weight towards the end of the project. So as far as like future forecasting, they provide a lot of energy for that, but maybe there's a part or your role in the project where you have to pull more weight towards the end. And it does feel like it's a long-term project, or it's going to have many different phases. So just be prepared for that. Boss Lady says, Cody, will a significant lover be coming in for me in the second half of the year? Well, Muhammad, where it says, will it have future growth for me? You did get the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So I do feel like at the end of the project, you feel like it's going to have future growth for you, at least. Like in your mind, you're thinking it's going to have future growth. So something is leading you to believe that, at least. You know, like in your mind, you're confident that it's going to have that. Boss Lady says, Cody, will a significant lover be coming in for me in the second half of the year? Let's see. Boss Lady says, will a significant lover be coming for me in the second half of the year? Let's do this. Good. Okay. Okay, so Boss Lady, we do have someone coming in, very physical connection, someone very like intense romantically, but it feels really extreme. It's like all of a sudden, like I wouldn't be surprised if you manifested someone who you wanted someone extremely passionate, you wanted someone extremely loving, a really big sexual connection, but then it's almost like too much, or it's like the spark burns too bright or something like that. This is good because it's stimulating a part of your soul that wants to go inward. So it's one of those things where it's like later in the year or throughout the year. I actually think this is coming in really soon, and it's actually stimulating a needed break from relationships. So the good news about this is that it's a relationship coming in that's actually going to make you want to go within, which at the time right now, it does not sound like a good thing. But when you go through the relationship, it will be an amazing thing. Like it will feel very, very nice. Because first of all, it's just going to wear you out, like in a really good way. Like it's like going to come in hot and it's going to burn bright. But at the end of it, you're going to feel fully relaxed, fully exhausted. It's a very sexual connection. It's a very passionate connection. It's a very physical connection. but at the end of it, you're going to start to crave alone time. I see you moving into that energy, craving alone time, and kind of becoming less expressive in physical touch to consolidate your energy is kind of what I'm seeing. I do see in general, a feeling of like deciding or going within and thinking about the issues of like, how do I want to express my energy from this point on? Like, how do I want to, like, who do I want to express physical connection with from this point on? Because you had this, it's like this whirlwind kind of physicality romance. And it's like, well, now I want to be selective. It's like, who do I want to engage with from this point on? Like, how do I want to express my energy intentionally? You know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, that this connection kind of stimulates in you. So it does feel like karmic only in that it's teaching you a lesson, but it doesn't feel karmic in that it's painful, that it's dealing negative karma in any way. It feels like positive karma. It feels like the relationship's very passionate and very wonderful, and it wears you out in a really nice, relaxed way. But when it runs its course, it's like, okay, now I need time to be alone, stuff like that. Like, I'm not necessarily seeing a messy or amicable breakup. I don't know how that will play out. I didn't see anything in the cards like that, but it does feel like there's a period of wanting to be alone after that kind of connection. Let's see. What do I need to know regarding the breakup with my ex Pisces? Oh, and then Laziest Bee says, it will max you out. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's so the vibe. And then Speak My Truth says, what do I need to know in my relationship regarding my ex, the Pisces? Okay, so what does, sorry, I lost that message. Oh, I can scroll back up. Okay, what do I need to know about regarding my breakup with my ex Pisces? Oh, Boss Lady says, Cody, you're really correct. Either they are really great or really horrible. Thanks so much. So I can't remember who asked it, but someone's asking about an ex Pisces. Okay, I missed it. You're just gonna have to ask it again. Hopefully I get to it. Let's see, Victoria says, what do my guides want me to focus on right now for my success? Let's do that one. Victoria, what do my guides want me to focus on right now for my success? See, 10 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Hold on, Victoria, I gotta get water real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so what, Victoria, do your guides want you to focus on for your success? First of all, family. Also like getting your ducks in a row is kind of what I'm seeing. Ooh. Also, I'm seeing balance, and especially with your public roles, Victoria. I don't know if you're a public figure, but I'm seeing stuff with your public roles. There's something about nurturing the people that you take care of. There's a feeling of like paternal instincts as well. And I know you're a woman, but I'm seeing paternal, like taking on fatherly responsibilities. So like nurturing, and I know nurturing is also associated with feminine, but I do associate that with both paternal and masculine, or sorry, paternal and feminine. But nurturing, like teaching energy, like ninth house energy. I think that there's like a feeling of, hold on, sorry, I got distracted. Laziest Bee, I'm gonna like your super chat again. Yeah, with 10 of Cups, it's like a family thing. Like there feels like a family thing, or like if you're famous at all or you have a following, like nurturing that following. So I don't know if you have a social media platform or anything like that, but really connecting with those followers and kind of like nurturing them in some way, shape, or form, and getting your ducks in a row and keeping balance with those things. I don't know if you have multiple platforms or something like that, but it's like really taking care of all those people. Because I'm seeing right now that those people are your rock, or that's the thing that's going to keep you settled in, is what I'm seeing. And King of Wands talks about building a really strong personality. I really do see this guy as like strong. I see him as like successful. I see him as like well equipped. Like I do feel like you're the type of person who in the future people come to for like anything in life. Like I almost feel like you're the kind of person, Victoria, who has like all the tools needed. Like you're very reliable is what I'm saying. Like you grow into a very reliable being. And so for your life to gain in success, I almost forget what the question is. Victoria says, I am building my platform. Great, awesome. So yeah, so there's this feeling of like connecting with family or treating your audience like they're your family, you know? It's almost like there's this feeling, I see the duck swimming to this girl, right? Also, white is a power color for you. White is a color for fame for you. Surrounding yourself in white, specifically putting white above you when you are working on things, like white where your crown chakra is. So like I don't know if you're like into magic or whatever, or you like have a tarot platform or anything, but like white tiaras or like white flowers in your hair could be beneficial. But even white above you, like if you have like white like blankets or like I don't know what they're called. They're like tapestries with like designs on them, but like white tapestries above you, stuff like that. Like white is your power color. And I am seeing something about like creative people watching you, something like that. So I don't know if your platform inspires creativity, but that could be something as well. Because I do see with King of Wands, like you're almost someone who, what is this, Victoria? It's like you have the tools. Like that's what you're growing into, is someone with the tools, or like someone who provides, it's not even knowledge. It's like you are the stimulator of passion. It's like you bring the passion into people's lives and get them motivated. It's like you're a motivator. It's like on one hand, you're the motivator. On one hand, it's like you bring a lot. Like you have a lot to give on many different levels, right? Oh, it's so funny. You have the white heart. You gave me a white heart. White is like a fame color. Like keep doing those white hearts. Like white is your power color. Yeah, anyway, so that's going to be your reading for that. Hopefully that resonates. Like I said, keep things in balance. Get your ducks in a row. Know what you have to get done. Like lists can be beneficial. And it's interesting, you said you're starting your platform. I do see you maybe going back and forth between two platforms, and I do see a little bit of fame. Just nurture your audience like they're your family. So yeah, let's see. King Vega keeps writing stuff. I don't know if it's the same thing, but let me try and read this. If I follow this path, am I meant to be on in this life? Who do I end up becoming at the end of my journey? What type of person do I become? What do I look like? What are my talents? What's my personality? Who is King Vegeta becoming on his current path? Who is King V becoming on his current path? Who is King V becoming on his current path? Kind of pulling from the middle of the deck, which first is making me feel like you're on the middle of your journey. What is this energy? What the heck? Oh, whoa. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so King V, you're going to become a very powerful manifester, and I don't like to use the word manipulation, but in essence, you're going to be kind of a manipulator of your reality. There's a few different things. A lot of the stuff, the transformations you're going through are going to be internal. It's a lot of internal mastery as far as what you're becoming. First of all, with Four of Wands, something that's going to be happening in the tail end of your life, or who you're becoming a very joyful person, a very fun-loving person, a person who bridges different people together through a sense of humor. I feel like you unite a lot of different types of people together that wouldn't otherwise collaborate. And it makes sense because internally, you see how relationships are brought together. You see how like different people can combine their energies to make harmonious connections. It's very like internal Libra energy. I wouldn't be surprised if you have, trying to think of internal planets or internal placements, like 12th house is kind of internal, right? Like any of the water houses, I don't like calling them water houses, but I would say like 4th, 8th, the hidden houses, I'll call them. The 4th, 8th, or like Libra, maybe in one of those, I don't know. But it just feels like that manifests later in life, or if you have Saturn in Libra, something like that. But like there's a feeling of like, this feeling of like, whether you have those placements or not, it feels like learning how to like internalize how relationships develop and like gently guide people in that direction, but like knowing it in your head, and like you don't even have to guide people. Like this kind of mastery in later life, it's just like once you learn what clicks into place and like how you understand it, those people will naturally find each other, because in this future your internal world is so in balance with the outer world that it just naturally falls into place, right? So like people that you meet and encounter, you're like a, what's it called? Like a psychic vacuum cleaner. So like, for example, you know, when you're like vacuuming your house, whatever you come into contact with, like you clean whatever's around you. And my air just turned off, so that's confirmation. It's like you're going around, and like if you move and you like talk to people, like, and you know someone that they would connect with, or you're at a party with a bunch of different people and like you meet two different people at the party, you'll notice if they're from like separate friend groups or whatever, and you talk to each of them, and in your mind you think like, oh, that'd be cool if they connected at this party because I really thought their vibes would really connect and they'd be chill. You don't even have to introduce them. Like, you don't even have to play matchmaker. You just have to think in your head like, that'd be really cool if they connected. And then later in the party, like an hour later, you see them on the couch and they're like making out. That's the power of your mind. Also, that works the same way with money. You have a dual ability with money, with this energy. So for example, this works in a little bit of a more future predictive way when you grow into your final form, I guess you could say. So this also works with learning about money. Like, this is just going to come with like understanding people. It's going to be an easy gift. This kind of energy with money, you're going to have to learn about this. This is something you're probably going to have to work towards. But the more you learn about money, the more you learn about finances and take business classes and stuff like that, the more, and how do I put this? Like, you don't, as long as you're learning it, you don't necessarily have to apply it. You just have to take an interest in it and learn and like educate yourself about it, because your subconscious mind is what's doing the work, essentially. So once you get old enough, you will be able to, how do I put this? Like, put things in motion. Like, if you financially think about something like, oh my gosh, like I have this business idea, or like, oh my gosh, like I really would love like a high fashion clothing store in my hometown. Whatever, say you live in like the middle of nowhere and you want to have like a, trying to think of a high fashion clothing store. Can't think of one, so I'll just call it like bougie boutique, right? Like, say you want a bougie boutique in your hometown or whatever, right? Just thinking of it at this point in time, like in like a month or two, they'll start building one, right? Because you did all this like business research and you know how these things operate. But that's going to take research to learn. Like, you have to actually will learn that, where this relationship stuff, you kind of just pick it up more naturally. But if you do this, you will get to this final form. And then also Nine of Swords just talks about less and less anxiety as you get older. So you can look forward to having less and less anxiety. Like, if you have kind of anxiety right now, as you get older, you will have less anxiety about your life, less nightmares, better sleep, stuff like that. So that's kind of how I see you, I see you growing into that as you get older into your future. Victoria says, thank you so much, stars. King Veda says, LOL, final form. I'm gonna get off the live right now, guys. I Speak My Truth says, what do I need to know regarding my ex breakup with my Pisces? Oh yeah, I was gonna answer that. I'll answer that and then I'll get off. Side note, can I trust my friend? Okay, so I'm gonna ask Speak My Truth's question and then I'm gonna get off because I was gonna read that earlier. What do I need to know regarding the breakup with my ex Pisces? So what does we need to know about the breakup with the ex? Okay. What? What the heck? Okay, this is a weird message, but I'm just gonna say it. It's kind of a quick one, and I don't even know. Like, this is This is one of those ones where I'm like, is it accurate? But maybe it is. I don't know. Is there some kind of weird situation, like if he took your money or not? Like, it's like unclear if he like took something from you, or it's unclear if he like took some money from you or something, or it's unclear if he like there was an unequal exchange. I'll say that. Okay, I'll have to say it this way. It's unclear if there was an unequal exchange of some kind, like, or some kind of like legal thing. I don't do legal, guys. Don't take my advice on legal. Like, you have to do something. Oh, she says no. Okay. There's a feeling of like some kind of thought process, maybe on his end then, about some kind of unequal exchange, or maybe something not said with Ace of Swords, or not understanding something that someone said. But it's very Pentacles and Swords energy, which means it's some kind of miscommunication about money, or miscommunication about what someone gave someone else is kind of what I'm seeing. But the Hangman also says that this is going to play out in time, and it means someone's waiting to say something is kind of what it means as well. Like, someone's waiting to say something, or someone's waiting for something to play out. And it's funny because immediately, like when I got this message, what does it say? Unequal exchange in the relationship. Okay. It's interesting because okay. This message already, when it came out, I was getting, hold on, let me pull one more card. Because I was getting the vibe, like my intuition was telling me like that my thought about it was inaccurate. Let's see, 3 of Cups. Let's see what you said here. You said unequal exchange in the relationship. Yeah, this one's confusing. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I speak my truth. Like, there's a feeling that, like, the only message I'm getting right now, and did he like one of your friends? Did he like one of your friends? Something like that? I don't know. I don't want to get too far off the deep end, honestly, because I'm already getting like a kind of like just like an odd vibe from this reading in general. It feels like lack of clarity. I did get the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is like just in general a no answer to something. And we have the Hangman, which just means something's going to play out in time. It means like, and it also means needing to see something from a different perspective, which also means like for me as a reader, when I see these two cards next to each other, that it's like I'm not even going to be able to decipher it. That's why I was even saying like this reading's not accurate. Like when I said it myself. And I mean, that happens as a reader. Like sometimes you're just not meant to know, or like you're not meant to know. So I mean, I took my best guess, and I'm gonna admit that. So I don't know everything, honestly. Like I don't know everything, right? Like I'm not just always accurate. Some readings just like perplex me. If I looked at this longer and like pulled more cards, I probably would be able to get it. But on a live where I have to be quick with it and I can't analyze it super, like I can't go in depth with like questions that take a lot longer to analyze. So I apologize. I think it is for a reason. Honestly, I speak my truth. Like sometimes with the Hangman, sometimes it just you need more time for things to play out or to even see things in a different perspective. Ace of Swords talks about like inward clarity or just clarity needing to take time. Um, Also, Three of Cups too talks about kind of like talking to a friend about this. Like I don't know if a friend has a piece of information or a piece of truth that might be relevant at this time. But that might be helpful at this time as well. But yeah, I'm gonna get off right now, guys. I really do appreciate you being on here with me and doing this live. Normally I do these on my Instagram, so if you're curious about doing one of these again, they're normally on my Instagram. But Instagram was weird today. I like didn't have. It was just like an odd vibe. Like I couldn't like make the live for whatever reason. It was like not a thing. But this was fun on YouTube. I think I had more people on YouTube, so that was really cool. And Speak My Truth, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, King Vegeta. Yeah, thank you too. Everyone's saying thank you right now, so it's really cool. If you guys have any questions, I'm not going to be doing readings right now, but if you have any questions about tarot or anything like that, I'll answer those for the last like 8 minutes. We'll just keep this to a solid hour. If you have any questions, King Vegeta says it was meant to be for you to go on YouTube. I know, you know, YouTube's been very good to me. Honestly, like, Speak My Truth says almost Mercury retrograde. Oh, thank goodness I made it before that. Yeah, air turned on, so maybe I shouldn't be doing these during Mercury retrograde. Who knows? Yes, come again. Does anyone have any questions about tarot? Is anyone like doing tarot themselves? Needs any like? Because I was gonna do that too. Like, have any? If anyone has any questions about me or how I read, anything like that, I was gonna answer that too. But if no one has any questions about that, we're good with that. Lazy as Bee does tarot. That's cool. Very cool. Let's see. It was meant to be for you to do YouTube. I honestly feel it was meant for me to do YouTube. Here's what I'm nervous about. I'm very nervous because I started YouTube when Uranus entered Taurus in whole sign astrology, and I have Jupiter there trining Neptune in my 4th house, and that's my placement. I'm pretty sure for my psychic abilities, and so I like grew into all my spiritual psychic abilities as soon as Uranus hit that Taurus transit. And as you guys know, my readings are super grounded and practical, and my intuition is just like comes to me. It's not like through hearing voices or spirits or anything like that. Like I just know like right off the bat. But yeah, let's see. I do tarot and use ChatGPT to interpret more detail. Yeah, same. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. King Geta says, a question about tarot is, can the fate you've been told be changed? And are you punished if you change that fate? I don't think you're necessarily punished. And I do think you can change your fate to a degree, yes. I don't know, that's like an interesting topic, because some people believe that like even like there's thoughts out there that like your own free will is your like is also fate. Like the choices you make like are also fate, but also it's very confusing topic. And then a lot of people believe they're separate things, like free will and fate are separate. That and then I think like different people I know, like mentors of mine have told me that like fate is like the circumstances you're dealt. So like the things that are going to happen, but free will is like how you deal with them. And you can think of like free fate as like kind of like the opportunities you're presented. And I also think some people, especially people who believe more in signs and stuff like that and what's coming down the pike. Here's another way to talk about it too, honestly, because this is how I see swords energy. I see swords energy as like problems that are coming, but like oftentimes as things that you can deal with. So for example, like swords typically represent challenges for most readers. You know, they have like typical imagery that's like difficult, or you know, looks like can be like or like the tower. You see the tower and you're just like, what? That looks creepy, or that looks scary. These guys jumping out of a burning building. You know, lightning's hitting it. But like ultimately, these are like cards that are about challenges, but also like if you can move through anything in life in a way that comes out the other end either positive, or sometimes it represents something you can like sidestep around, or not even like sidestep around, but like work through in a way that how do I put it, like it's hard to explain. Like in readings I could explain it per situation, but it's kind of hard to explain as like a broad topic. But like when you get swords in like in readings, it doesn't always mean you either have to hit it directly or head on, but it can mean like it's either a lesson to learn, but sometimes it's also like it's the way you deal with it. Like for example, if you get the death card, for example, like if you know that you have to let go of something, accepting that and letting go of it and embracing it might be a lot easier than like holding on and not letting go. If you already know ahead of time that you have to let go of something, you know, that can make your fate a lot easier. Like, for example, if you know I mean, I don't predict death in general, but like if you know something's leaving your life, like if you know you're going to either lose your house, or if you know something's coming down the pike, it makes it a lot easier to accept. Like, for example, for a lot of people that I do like who will you marry readings for, like future marriages and stuff, if you know, like you're gonna have a rocky beginning in your connection, but it's gonna settle into something really harmonious. Oftentimes that helps people break through those initial barriers when they're starting relationships, knowing that's how their relationships just generally start, and to not jump out before they find the goods. They find the good long-term stuff, you know? So like different stuff like that can help people push through certain things, whether that's like a little challenge that they need to get through, something like that, to find the good things in life. So problems are kind of working like that in ways for people. So yeah. So problems are not necessarily like, they just exist, I guess you could say. Let's see what someone else said. What about when the sun follows something like a death or tower card? That coupling always confuses me. Yeah, it's so interesting. So like that can be like something where it's like, you know, like like, you know, like I lost my house, but like my business is doing well, or like you know, it's like, you know, like I like video recorded my house like burning on fire or something. This is like very basic, like based on the car's image, right? Like, you know, like something like that. Like I videotaped like a fight that I saw that really traumatized me, and I you know, like made a very serious post about conflict, or like I filmed some kind of like political thing and posted it on social media, and it was like deep and troubling, and I made like a very profound emotional like speech about something, but it went viral, and like I got a lot of recognition and I was seen about it. Something like that, where it's like a lot of success, and the success makes you feel good or like happy, but at the same time it's very bittersweet because it came from darkness or trauma, something like that. And the sun kind of can be fame and recognition. I also see the star like that sometimes, depending on the context of the reading. But it can be something like that. Like sometimes like your darkness brings fame or recognition, or, you know, you know, like with the moon and something like that, there would be like, for example, like you're not really sure how you're becoming famous. Like, you know, like if I pulled the moon and the sun or something like that in like a tarot reading for a YouTube video that I was posting or something like that, it would be like, you know, you're never going to know what video is going to go viral or whatever. You know, it's just random. You know, you're just going to post it and you're never going to know, and that kind of thing. It's never going to be revealed, that kind of thing. King Vega says, the pattern of I focus on what's meant to be, something bad happens. I focus on the opposite and get the opposite of the bad outcome happens a lot. So it makes me think, is my fate to rewrite fate? That happens to me a lot, which is super interesting. And that's often the case too with what I was talking about with the thing in the mind that you have. Like I have that too, so I get that. Where it's like sometimes if you don't speak it out loud, the thing internally can present externally. But also I've noticed like with that, like when you're alone and you're not talking to like someone else, how do I put it? Like that can also make things into your reality as well. It's interesting. It's like venting. It's like once you vent the energy out, it clears out the internal space. And when the internal space is a vessel of what it is, that reflects the reality. So sometimes they say like, don't speak your dreams out loud. And this is really only for some people, because some people, when they speak their dreams out loud, when they're hearing themselves talk, that's what's resonating their internal vessel into their own dreams. So it just depends on how you're built, really. But if you're venting something out, like your negativity or something, some people don't like that because when they vent their negativity, they just feel more negative. It's like people who like, and you'll notice this with certain complainers, like some people complain and they just keep complaining. And it's like, they're just stuck in a complaining mindset because like, if you're just constantly complaining and you're stuck there, it's like, you're never getting out of it. You're building that complaining into your personality. But if you complain periodically and then you feel better and you feel like you can be happy again, then you're purging your vessel of that negativity and you're aligning yourself internally with positivity, and that can reflect in your reality. I hope that makes sense. That's like a really easy way to put it. Yeah. Katie Johnson says, everything is going to shit, but if for a good reason, haha, that actually makes sense, no lie. Thanks, Cody. I've had that in my life before. Cool. All right, guys, I'm getting off. It's a little past an hour, so thank you guys for watching this with me, being here with me and letting me read for you. King Vegeta says, yeah, I usually feel super high vibe after I finish venting. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I've noticed too, like if I vent or be a little negative, like you can kind of recognize your own feelings in other people too. Like that happens to me all the time, like in my environment. If I like meditate, or I thought it was just me venting, like, you know, when I used to be like, yeah, the world's a shitty place, like F people, blah, blah, blah. You know, I noticed everyone around me would be like happier and the world would get happier. And I was like, this is super paradoxical, right? But I learned that it was just me purging that attitude about the world, which would make the world, it's like purging that identity of the world out of me. Therefore, because I'm purging that identity out of the world of me, the identity of the world that was left in me was the good one. And then that would be the identity of the world. That's like how manifestation is for me, because I'm realigning my inner self with positivity because I'm extracting the negative. That also works with meditation, you know, deep inhaling and exhaling. You don't even have to say it or vent, but if you're aligning yourself, that's why meditation does the same thing as venting, you know, and people recommend that as well. King Vega says, yeah, I usually feel super high vibe. Yeah. So basically that's my little vent on that. That's why people in the meditation community and spiritual community are always talking about like, oh yeah, focusing on fake positivity, stuff like that. The thing is, there's two camps of people, and the positive stuff works for some people because for them, if they're constantly complaining and being negative, it puts them into that alignment, because when they speak things and they are actually complaining, that is actually making their physical vessel feel like that, because for those people, speaking words makes them feel like they're that way. And so it's not venting to them. It's in a way, it's making them resonate that way, because when they speak, they feel that way. When I speak, I'm releasing something outward. And so it makes me internally feel a different way, which creates my reality to be that way. That's my internal being. So yeah, hopefully that clears some things up for you guys. Yeah, bummer this was at the end. I should have started with that at the beginning of the video. I feel like that's good information for people to know. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. See you on my channel. Bye. How do I end this thing? Just X? There we go. Are you sure you